short Kiwanis meeting for Kiwanis Club of Greater Turlock. I think the first thing that we should do is give a moment of silence for that horrific incident that happened 19 years ago, and just remember all the people that lost their lives. So we'll give a minute of silence for that, please. All right, thank you very much. We'll start the morning off with our pledge. I've got my big American flag here, so will follow me and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Stan, would you lead us in a prayer, please?
Okay. Dear God, we thank you for helping make it through these difficult times. And as we did back 19 years ago, we certainly will do again as far as making it through these tough times. These uncertainties of the epidemic or the pandemic and these terrible fires we're having. Send out special prayers for all those affected, and especially we've got some local firefighters who are up fighting those fires now, so special prayers for them. Our club asks that for your guidance during all these trying times. We ask this in Christ's name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Stan. Well, my presidency is coming to a rapid close, and I know Allison is just eager and excited about becoming the president, I believe on Tuesday night, so it's getting pretty close. Even though she doesn't officially take over to October 1st, she will be president of some status here for a couple weeks. So I know Allison and the Martins have been working hard on the installation on Tuesday night at Martin's house now. It will be Zoomed. The president may or may not be there. Some of you know that my mom is in Paramount, and she tested positive for the virus this last Tuesday. And needless to say, I was exposed to it. I got tested Tuesday afternoon, and the results. So if I do come back positive, I'll be on the Zoom with Stan, and if I'm negative, I will be in the house with the rest of the group. But I will definitely stay 10 feet away from everybody just in case, whatever. So we'll see how it goes. I'll know more later. But Lori, I've told Lori about it. She knows what the situation is, and I'm sure it will go on and it'll be a wonderful evening, even under these adverse circumstances. So I appreciate the Martins and thank them very much for hosting the event. And it'll be a nice evening, even though it's going to be something a little different.
You're cutting out, Larry.
I wonder what's wrong. Maybe it's my doggone internet connection. I don't know.
Do they know? Did other people at Paramount have it, Larry?
Yeah, they've got a mess over there right now. Last week, or in the last 2 weeks, I've known at least 4 people that have passed away from the virus. I heard through the grapevine that 7 workers went home that had tested positive. So it's pretty much brought in, I think, I know by the workers. So it's a mess over there right now. Mom's health is failing. I don't think she's going to be with us too much longer. She's ready to meet with the Maker and everyone up in heaven. So I just don't want to see her suffer any more than she needs to, because she has no quality of life right now. She's on hospice, and they're doing the best they can to keep her comfortable. She's not in pain. She just doesn't feel good. So thank goodness she's not in pain, because that would even make matters worse in my mind. So I'm fortunate there.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So anyway, it'll be a different type of installation. Charles, good morning. Nice to see you back. And Valerie, nice to see you always. And I hope you're staying safe down there in those fires. I don't know if you're still evacuated or what your present situation is, but stay safe, please. The other thing is that the dues, I hope people listen to the recording and are being reminded that dues are due. I know they're coming in very slowly, so we need to get those in, because we've got to let International know in a couple weeks, what our membership is, and we don't want to pay for people that aren't going to be members next year. So if you're not going to join or rejoin us next year, and I don't understand why you wouldn't, because it's such an awesome group, please let us know so we can let International know that you're not going to be with us next year. So I'd appreciate that very much. I did talk to our famous Interclub chairman, Ron Edwards, and he has two potential members that are going to, he says they're going to join. Of course, with Edwards talking, you can kind of take it with a grain of salt and go from there. So he said he had two. Allison's got a couple in waiting. So even though things are kind of bad, there's optimism and hope that we will get opened up again, and things will get back to, so we can do great things for the community. Let's see, what else? What happens when you get older? You lose your train of thought. So, but anyway, that's pretty much where we stand right now. We just need to get those dues coming in. And another thing too is we are going to need someone to be an advisor to the Denier Key Club. So if anybody that's listening to the recording would like to step up and be an advisor or Kiwanis representative, we sure appreciate it. We also need one for Delhi. So there's another opportunity for someone that wants to get involved with some awesome kids at these different high schools. Please let the new president-to-be, Allison, know. She'll be information on that in a couple of weeks or so. Of course, with the schools not opening now, that makes it tough for them also to become an active club.
Most of our clubs are having club roundups right now for key clubs. I talked to a couple of the schools, so there'll still be a club, but it'll be like a Zoom club for the next couple months.
Okay, at least it's encouraging that they're still communicating and informing and being a part of our group. So we'll have to get them invited to one of our Zoom meetings if they want to show up. I still haven't heard final thoughts from Joe from the other club about Key Club. He's been doing it for a few years, and he's talking about not remaining with Kiwanis, which we tried to convince him that he really needs to. And Lori's going to give me the numbers of the members of the club, and I will reach out and call them to see what their status is and see if they want to join us too. So we hopefully, I think they had 11 or 12 members. We have one because Trina is already a member. I don't know if she's renewed or not, but I know last year she was a member, and I think she'll probably up again. So we're still working on that. Allison, you got any other thing to report?
No, if you're an officer retiring or an officer joining for next year, you're going to get an email today with your Zoom meeting information, the catering menu, and the schedule, so that you will have it in advance. We're having catering from Kata's brought in, so you don't have to eat. We're going to do the ceremony first so that people can log off. And then afterwards, there will be just a small socially distanced dinner.
Sounds
And,
good.
I'm working with Amy at Savor Charcuterie for a fall fundraiser involving cheese, wine, and beer. Stay tuned.
Awesome. That sounds great too. So there's another opportunity. And it looks like we had another member join us. Good morning. How are you? It looks like it's 831 Mavericks / Goose.
I think that's still Valerie.
That's my fantasy football team.
Are you incognito today, or what's the status here?
He's excited for football.
Evacuated.
So you guys are still evacuated?
Yeah, we're still evacuated, and it looks like we'll probably be evacuated until probably Monday.
Wow. Have you heard any information about, is your house okay, or is it gone, or do you know?
No, our house is okay. What we're worried about right now is what's called Government Camp, which is the northern part of Los Padres National Forest. That's actually 1.5 miles from my house. And so right now, that's where all the fire attention is being focused, because the fire is it's not quite 1 mile out from there right now. So.
Now, is it burning away from your area, or is it getting closer?
Getting closer.
Oh,
So.
it's so bad. The fire situation is so horrific this year. I mean, I think there's over 3 million acres of burned in California this year. So, yeah, I hope the weather changes and that, they can get some relief from the weather. Maybe the good Lord will send some rain and help cool things down too. So, but to stay safe. How's Andy doing?
Working as hard as he can. That's why we're here in Turlock, so that he can continue to work and keep campus stuff moving. And so there are a lot of people that are still living on campus. Andy, about 100? How many people are on campus? We have 125 students that are currently living on campus. Most of those are like promise students, which are past foster students that have nowhere else to go, or this is their primary residence. I know Dave's familiar with that. And so at some point there will be a need for Kiwanis to kick in and be able to help support some of these folks that are here. But I am so excited that I get to come to a meeting, even if I look like, I just woke up.
Yeah, we're always happy to have you. David, you heard anything about the KI club out at the college? I know they got a president. So anything going on with them?
Yeah, actually, they've been really active, more than I expected. They're going to be meeting every week, and they're going to revolve what the meeting is. So their first meeting a month will be for their board. Then the second meeting will be a general meeting for all members. Then they're going to do an activity, some sort of service activity. And then the fourth meeting of the month, I used 5 fingers to count to 4. Don't ask me how.
Well, that's the math in you.
The fourth meeting will be a social meeting, and so they'll have something like they'll watch a movie together simultaneously online, or they'll play a game online together. Board games are free. Their service activities that they're doing this week, or excuse me, no, it'll be next week, is transcriptions. So the Smithsonian asks people to take these pictures of books and then type them so that they can make them digital. And so they're going to do that because that was the easiest, let's get our feet wet service. And they've got a whole bunch of other ideas about service that they can do. They will be coming back to us. They want to actually elect a club member at large to serve as a permanent liaison with us. So one of their members that will attend our meetings and talk about what they're doing on a week-to-week basis. And then that way, if the club decides that, CKI decides that they want to come ask for support. Hopefully our members will know a person in particular and see the service that they're doing when it comes to helping out financially. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I knew that gal was impressive, but I didn't realize she was that impressive. So you've got a good president there. She's great. I mean, that's and if you can get the invites on these different meetings, if they want us to, some of us want to show up, that would be fun. I'd really be interested in showing up for the social, because that's sounds like my speed is that social. So
I don't know. Their choice of movies was suspect with my tastes, but it's their club, not mine. So I didn't veto anything.
Awesome. Well, thank you. That was a great report. That's really kind of an uplifting story in these terrible times right now. So that's amazing. Those kids are doing that much, and they're really not even socially getting together. So that's amazing. And then we have the Action Club in Stanislaus County. Any update, Chris, on the Action Club?
Yeah, actually, we had a meeting last Friday. We do Buddy Club once a month with UCP and Society. And we took that and kind of hijacked it for a little bit and introduced Action Club again. And we got enough people that wanted to sign up and agree to do leadership that we actually can fill out our charter stuff. So we will be officially starting it. Yay.
And Valerie's in Turlock, so I hope she has all the checks with her. If she doesn't, we'll have to get some more printed or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm glad she's in town. So because I'm sure Lori's been in touch with Valerie, because we talked about that the other day, that she was going to get in touch with you.
Yeah, Lori called me and asked me about it also, and I told her we have enough members. We have actually the leadership. There were enough people who volunteered for the leadership, so we're
ready to go.
It'll be done today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gives us something to focus on. So Chris has been so patient with me.
Well, you've been a little busy this week there, Valerie.
And you thought you were going to come to Turlock and just relax. I guess that's out the window.
No, just doing remote command with our fire stuff.
Gosh. Yeah. So that's awesome. Charles, how things in your world?
Pretty busy. We got a lot of calls in regards to dealing with the smoke exposure and the COVID-19 issues, and so we're staying pretty busy.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. So, and then Stan, you got a report on your neighborhood?
Smoky. I was going to ask Charles, what do you do?
We provide occupational safety and health support to businesses. We work with businesses and employees for OSHA compliance and program development, safety strategies.
Yeah.
Focus to keep workers safe and employees and employers operating.
Especially important now, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, in some respects, I'm kind of glad that a lot of people can stay in today with this air quality being so unhealthy that I think at this level, I don't think even if we had sports that they would be able to practice in weather like this, because it's really bad. So in this instance, it's kind of a blessing that they're not at school. But I did hear the other day that they are going to let the high schools start getting ready for football. They're going to start doing some conditioning. I believe it's next week.
Yeah, I saw an announcement that they were going to start doing it next week. And it's for all of the sports. It's not just football.
It's for everything, huh? So it's going to be interesting to see how they do all this conditioning with no students at schools. Everything, somehow they're going to do, I guess, online or if I don't know if they can meet yet or not. I haven't heard anything about that, but You know,
They've released them to meet in small groups to condition. They have to wear a mask, but they wear a mask when they practice for City League anyhow. So I think most of them are pretty okay with that. I know the softball players are starting to meet on Monday.
okay, all right. Well, maybe they could have small groups meet at high school too for education. I don't know.
Miller and I, that's a small group, isn't it?
Yeah, I think two classifies as a small group.
Hmm.
Maybe you can
Is
start
that
getting.
one of those fancy new pods where you make a pod of safe people?
I haven't heard about that. The only pods I know is what you put your furnishings in when you move.
Oh.
Yeah, I have an update from the, excuse me, from the university. I got a text message yesterday. The university has confirmed that the spring semester will also be virtual. So
But that-
virtual right now, and then next semester will be
Yeah.
virtual again.
My granddaughter goes to Channel Islands in Camarillo, was told that, I think, probably back in July. I mean, they made the announcement really early. And if you don't know, the school's in Camarillo. It sits out in the middle. It used to be a mental hospital, and it sits out in the middle of all this farmland. And you have to drive probably about a mile just to find civilization, I think. So it's really out there isolated. So, but they made a decision, I'm sure it was like June or July, that they were going to be online all year. And I feel so sorry for my granddaughter and all the other kids that are missing out on college experience, because I always say the best 4 years of my life were when I was going to college. So, you know, you make those long life friends that you stay with. I have a group of 16 that we all went to college together, that we fly to a different ski resort every year for a week to just reminisce and tell lies about how great we were in college. And some of those things I don't remember, and there must be a reason I don't remember them, but can't remember that either. So,
Breakfast of champions.
yeah, I think we had breakfast of champions and lunch of champions and dinner of champions. So, but I feel so sorry for her, because now she's a junior this year, and so far she's been in college 3 years by the end of the year, and she will have had 2 semesters at college. It seems like there's every year since she's been there. I told her, I said, hurry up and get out of college so these things don't happen anymore. Because it seems like there was fires, you know, when they had some big fires down there, they had to evacuate, and that she missed a lot of time that, and then there was another couple incidences down there. It's just, I feel bad for her, but you know, she's saving my son and daughter-in-law some money, that's for sure, by not having to pay for room and board. But that wasn't the idea of her signing up to go to college. So she's making the most of it, and she's actually still doing some work for the college at home, long distance. I mean, she was working in some office last year, while she was there, and they liked her so much that they've talked to her, and they've created some work for her this year. So she's doing schooling and some work. So that's pretty amazing too. Great girl, and she's studying to be a elementary school teacher, and she'll do a great job. Not that I'm not proud of her or anything, but you know, just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. My grandson is that one. Her brother is another story that would take up all day to tell me his escapades, because he is Mr. Social. He's involved with everything, and so he's a walking social butterfly. I mean, that kid is.
Where he gets it from.
Well, he gets it from his father, not his grandfather. You know, this is payback. I keep telling my son, this is payback. Now you know what it's like having a son like you are. But anyway, he's a good kid, and he'll be very successful because he has that personality, and everybody gets along with him, and everybody likes him. He's always the center of attraction for sure. So anybody else have anything they want to talk about their grandkids or anything?
No, I
today.
feel sorry, like you said, I feel sorry for those college students that don't get to experience the real college, where 10% of what you learn in college is in the classroom.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they're still learning stuff from home. They're just learning it alone with no pictures. And so they'll have no proof.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. That's for sure. And like the social grandson, he's a senior this year, and I just hope that he doesn't goof off too much and he does graduate. Otherwise, I'll have to go back into continuation school and then get him a diploma somehow. Oh gosh. Well,
one of my kids, when he was a senior in high school, Larry probably knows which one he found out. He told us right near the end of it was right at the start of the last semester, he didn't have enough units that he'd passed to graduate. So he took conversational Assyrian at night school, and I think he got an A. And every once in a while, I run into some Assyrian kids and said, "Well, your son speaks it better than I do."
Well, I think Stan can relate to my grandson with his sons because I know both of his boys were very social, and they still are. So Stan has stories about his kids too. So we all do in some way, somehow. So it's all good. We're just happy that they became productive members of society. So that was
So far.
that's the main thing. So anyway, I'm going to conclude this meeting, and you guys stay out of this unhealthy air if you can. Stay safe, and tune in on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock for the installation. If you want to, I think it'll be fun. And stay safe, and we'll get through all this. And Allison's going to do a great job, so we got to give her our support this next year, and members pay their dues, and so we can continue on with the greatness of this club. And we will be able to get back. We just don't know exactly how soon. So stay safe, have a great weekend, and remember those people that lost their lives this year or 19 years ago on this day. Stan?
We'll get a notice on how to get onto that installation.
Yes. Chris Martin, I think, or Allison will send it out, and I'm probably Chris. So yeah, there'll be an Evite sent out.
Thanks, Larry. We're thinking of your mom.
Thanks, Dan. All right, you guys stay safe, and I'll see you either Tuesday night or next Friday. Thank you very much, and be good to everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.